Hello, it says I am live. Good morning, everybody. How is everyone? This is really interesting because this is kind of, even though, yes, we do this every week, this is an experiment because I'm utilizing some technologies that will, now this is weird. Why is it not showing up? Maybe it'll show up in a minute. Let's see if it shows up. This video is live now. Okay, well, where's the video then? Maybe I have to click the watch live thing. Oh, there it is. There we go. I'm going to turn that off. Yay. All right. So it looks like I'm going live in many places. So this is a new, hello. Hey, good morning, Ara. I am streaming this through a third-party service that it should be going to my timeline, should be going to my Soul Coach Michelle page, and it should be going to YouTube. Oh my God. So I'm live streaming at 3 places at once. I feel really good because some of you, hey, Marge. So some of you, Marge maybe was there, I think. I don't remember. But a while ago when I first learned how to use Zoom, it was a learning experience and I would like lose my people behind other windows. So the fact that I'm streaming to 3 platforms right now, it's really, I feel like way to go me. So anyways, good morning, everybody. How are you? Say hi if you're here. If you're watching this later, remember comment with hashtag replay so I know who's here and who's not. I can come back and answer questions later if you want to. But anyways, so today let's just jump right in because I wanna get started. There's so much to talk about today because we're gonna talk about love, more love, because it's February. We're going to talk about, last week we talked about how loving yourself can help or hinder your manifesting and why. You might want to go watch that video. Is actually on YouTube as well. All of these, by the way, I've created a playlist of all the messy buns. So even though they're dated, it doesn't matter. It's whenever you watch them. Like if 3 years from now you stumble upon one that has meaning for you on YouTube, then it doesn't matter what the date is. It's meant for you at that time. So anyways, but if you want to watch any of the old messy buns, they're all on my YouTube channel. So let's get started. So today we're going to talk about manifesting your perfect match. And much like everything else that I teach, it's not about manipulating someone into loving you or lighting a pink candle. I mean, you can do the pink candle thing. It's not good to manipulate anybody because that doesn't create authenticity in your relationship, right? So we're going to talk about what really does it mean to attract your perfect match. And I do have, if you are watching on Facebook, up here in the post, it should have a link to my February freebie, and you can download that. And you can use this. You can come back later and use this as a guide to walk through that if you want. But if you are watching on the Instagrams or on the YouTubes, the link is down here. So, and it's only going to be free in February of this year, and it is February of 2021. So you have to get it before the 28th because it'll go, you can get it. It'll still be on my Podia classroom where School for Applied Manifestology is. But after February 28th, I'm going to start creating, it'll either be in a program or it will be on its own. Either way, it will be a pay thing. But right now it's free, so you can grab it right now. Anyway, so there's that. The other things that I wanted to tell you guys is, remember, I started taking clients again for readings, for manifestology readings, and you can read all about that. There's a link up here or down here, depending on where you're watching. You can either do an in-person on Zoom, and in-person, I mean via Zoom, not, but it'll be live, not Memorex. Or you can do email if you need help right now and you can't make it to a Zoom and all that kind of stuff. So there's that. And then just remember, it's still Mercury retrograde. In fact, today I think is the midpoint. So you might have some intensity today around what you need to heal and review and think about and all that kind of stuff. So if like old lovers, if old situations pop up that kind of strum your heartstring, pay attention to that and just kind of ask yourself, what is my lesson here as you go through the day? Okay. And if you need something to kind of keep your vibe up, again, head over to the school, link below or above, depending on where you're watching, for the 31 days, just to keep yourself to do a little 30-minute practice every single day to keep focused on the right place. So let me see. Oh, hey, Deanne. Hey, everybody who's always like, I'm finally making it to the live. Hey, Liz. Hey, Meredith. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And to anyone who is watching on the replay on any of the social platforms we're doing, I am so excited you're here. If you want to comment and ask questions, please do. What I'm going to do today is we're going to quickly kind of walk through the freebie that you can download after this, and then you can rewatch this later so that you have your instruction guide with me there talking you through it. And then I'll also pull a card for the week. So first things first, manifesting your perfect match. Since it is February, and I think next week is no, it's this weekend. This weekend is Valentine's Day, right, on Sunday. Anyways, a lot of times, people all are like, light this candle, throw this crystal in your bra, la, 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 la. Or go get that, remember that book, The Game or something like that, or The Rules, that was it, The Rules. And it was all about like, who am I supposed to, act like to make them like me? But what about this? I think the more important question is, who do I need to be to love myself so that I can attract the person who loves me too? That's what this whole thing is going to be about. So I made a mini ebook. It ended up being like 15 pages, and it's an ebook with a playtime exercise, because I like to say it's play. Let's be playful and experiment. So it's a manifestology love experiment and a little ebook explaining all of this more in depth. But the way that I teach this is different, because everybody starts with make a list of everything you want in a partner. And then and I was talking to somebody on Clubhouse about this, and they were like, I did that. And I'm like, okay, there's 2 more steps. Did you do them too? Or did you just shove the list under your pillow and like hope that, the gods see your list and like leave somebody on your doorstep? And she was like, what? There's more steps? Yes, there's more. So the reason we make the list, and I call it the contrast list, because at this point, probably either you have dated several people or you've watched, some romantic comedies, and you in your head know, don't like this, totally like that. These are the things that I don't want, toss them out. These are the things that I do. So, and, you make your list, right? And you make it, could be physicality, it could be character, could be emotional EQ, emotional quotient. It could be maybe the kind of job they have. There's no limit here, okay? It's in the little ebook, I do give you like 1 page as far as like where you can write all this stuff out. But I don't care if you use 400 pages, whatever. There's no rules on this one, okay? I want you to just write until you don't write anymore, and don't think about, oh, I'm being picky, or, oh, I'm doing this. Just write it all out, okay? So, and just kind of think about, what is it that I want to show up in my romantic life? And then the second, and the reason I say draw on the contrast, and why contrast isn't a bad thing. People think it's like karma and it's a bitch. It's not. Contrast actually helps you discern, what do I want? What do I want? Because the contrast is knowing what you want and what you don't want. And you have to experience that to know you don't like it. I mean, how would you know if you liked a lima bean or not if you didn't taste one at some point in your life, right? Goes in the, if you're Darren, it goes in the like column. If you're me, it goes in the bleh column. So, but we wouldn't know that unless we tasted them. So thinking back, and this is a great time to do this because it is Mercury retrograde, and they might even show up, who knows, and remind you why you did or didn't like them. So you're going to want to write all that down. You take your time and do it. Okay. And this might take several days. So don't like sit down and be like, I'm going to get shit done and just do this in 30 minutes. Just give yourself some time. This is never, we're talking about a big thing in your life. So you want to give it the right time. And then the next step in it is you're going to go back through that list and like minus out things like physicality stuff. Like obviously, if you have brown eyes and the person you're looking for has blue, you're not going to, that's not something that's going to go in the next phase of this exercise. So physicality, anything that you physically would have to change, toss that out. Now, what on the things that are left, which are going to be more like character, emotional stuff, how they show up in the world, that kind of stuff, that I want you to go through and look at each thing and ask yourself, and you got to get really honest. You cannot say, "Oh, yeah, I got this." You have to get really honest and say, "Do I do that already? Do I really have that down pat? Am I super awesome with that?" So say on your list is, integrity. They're really good at being a good listener. Um, they can cook really well. Or they enjoy food or something like that in a healthy way. It might be, and they love me to the ends of the earth. Okay, so we have a couple different things there. So you're going to look at that list and you'd say, okay, integrity, check, I got that. Put a little check mark next to it. They love cooking or eating, or they're a foodie in some form or fashion. Well, I cook and I really like to eat, so check. They love me to the ends of the earth. Okay, the question there is going to be, do you love you to the end of the earth? And if you're kind of iffy about that, you're not going to put a check mark. Okay, so just kind of be really honest when you go through and ask yourself, do I possess this masterfully? And then you're going to transcribe all the things that do not have check marks on another page, which is also provided in the book. And then that is your list to work on. So when we talk about spiritual journey, that list you finally show up with, like, I got to love myself more. Okay, then you have to seek out and say, okay, where can I do this? And here's why we're doing this. Because you're like, why the hell am I even doing this and put myself through this? Because here's the thing. When you think about the law of attraction, so there's two of the laws that this will help you, get really engaged in and put out there. So there's the law of attraction, which everybody knows about, but they kind of put all the laws under that one, and it's not true. All that law of attraction state is like attracts like. So in this case, if you're going to be a magnet for your perfect match, you have to figure out, what is that? Where am I already magnetized for that stuff? And where do I need to work so that I can be that which I want to attract? If I want a perfect partner, I got to be a perfect partner, that kind of thing, or at least be striving to get there. Okay. Perfection is always unattainable, but you get what I'm talking about. And this might also explain why, when you look at your list, this person showed up and they had like a bunch of good qualities that are on the list, but they were missing maybe these other ones that are kind of iffy on your masterful list. And that could be why they showed up and they weren't super, it was fun, but you're like, something's missing. Because it is. And then the other part is the law of compensation. Now, this isn't about money, so don't get weird. This is more about, if you step to the line, universe meets you. So when you think about it, when you step to the line and you're honest in that part where it's like, okay, what things are you not mastered yet? When you get real honest with yourself and you transcribe those things on that other list, the universe is like, oh, she's serious, or he's serious. And often what happens is you are given more opportunities for those kinds of lessons to learn and master. Number one. Number two, when you get really clear and you step to the plate and you start doing the inspired action to do all that stuff, again, the law of compensation is you get what you give. So when you put it out there, it comes back. Okay, so that's why this exercise is important. It's not as frou-frou, and I do speak to ritual and some other things in there, but we have to remember, by the end of the day, the ritual does not have the power. The ritual does not have the power. You infuse in the ritual through your intention. The qualities of the things you're using might have innate qualities that amp up your power and conduct it better. It's like copper. Think of it this way. Copper is a great, and gold are a great conductors of, say, electricity. But obviously, if you're wearing jewelry made of copper and gold, you're not getting electrocuted because there's no jumper cable attached to the ring or earrings or whatever it is you're wearing, thusly not conducting electricity and harming you, right? So it's a tool. It can be ornamental and just lay there and look pretty, or you can zap it up and it becomes a conductor of electricity, can do a lot of things. So think of it that way. Your pink candle, your rose quartz, your aventurine, all that kind of stuff, those are tools. They have innate qualities within them, and they just sit there and look pretty with their qualities until you direct the intention of their quality, but it comes back to you, okay? So remember that when you read the ritual part of the book, okay? So that's that. So that's it. And you can download that stuff either here or here in the link. There's a link in there, and you can go ahead and download that if you want to. Do it after, because we're going to do a reading now. But that's the thing. So let me just check in. Does anyone have any questions about that? I know that I just went through like bum 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 bum, but I want to make sure that if you guys have questions that I can answer them. So, oh hey Julia, welcome, welcome. Hey Meredith, good morning all. Just popping in to say hello. If you have a comment, go ahead and post it. If you have a question, go ahead and post it. And I'm seeing only, let's see. It says posting also on the software. It says that it's posting. Let's see. Is there any there? Nope. There. Nope. Okay, but there some on the other one. Okay. Just looking for, making sure that I don't have any comments everywhere. Okay, cool. La la la. All righty. All right, let's do this. So if no one has questions, that's cool. Oh, Meredith, do you have any recommendations on using this? Yes, I apologize. That is actually in the book too. Do you have, Meredith asked, and I wish I could post it on here, but for some reason it's not coming through on the software I'm using, but I can see it on Facebook. Thank you, Meredith. Great question. Can you use the recommendations in an existing relationship? Yes. Yes, you can, because you can always work on yourself. And the way to figure out, it's like, okay, where do I want? Now, I want to be really clear. This isn't making a list of like, I'm going to send him through my brain waves things to change him. That's not what I want. What you have to do is you have to say to yourself, what I want in this relationship. That might be like your step one. List of things that I want this relationship to be. Whether they are that now, or you want them in the future as you grow, or you want more of something and less of something else. Again, it's a contrast experience. So you're gonna keep and write down the stuff that you do want. And you're gonna write from a place of, I want this, not, well, I want him to stop doing this, because that's not how this works. So you're gonna say, think about, okay, if that comes up for you, say, how do I flip that? What do I want? If I don't want that, what do I want? And write that down, okay? And then go back through again, circle all the, or put a check mark next to the things that you know you are awesome at. And then the other stuff that's left that you transcribe onto the third page, that's the stuff you need to work on. And you don't got to run around and be like, I am Joan of Arc and I'm being a martyr and la, la, la. It's just, this is my stuff for my spiritual path work. That's it. And you do the work. You don't just talk about it. You take the inspired action to do it. And it's interesting, because when you do that, you might start, your energy changes, and then your partner's energy, or the person, your current partner, because since that's what we're talking about, or somebody might come into your life or something that exhibits that match to your energy. So that's kind of why you're going to do this. The goal of this is to shift your energy. And when you do that, it starts to create attraction to matches in your energy from outside. I know that's like kind of nerdy, but that's why. But yes, you can use it for existing. Yes. Thanks. That was a good question. Great question, Meredith. Okay, so since we're talking about relationships and manifesting either deeper, better, more loving relationships, or manifesting that perfect partner into your life, let's ask, and I'm going to use my animals because I love my animals. We're just going to say, what is something this week that we need to know, that we need to work on, maybe as a collective? What is it we need to know? And we're in the age of Aquarius now, which is really awesome. So it will actually be an easier way to do this, because we're much more into, in the age of Aquarius, you're much more focused on thought and feeling and how can I nurture myself and others better? And that's a big deal. So this might be an easier exercise today than if you did it a couple of years ago when I would host a class on this. So very, very, very fortunate for everybody. Okay, so what do we need to know? What do we need to work on? What do you need us to know as we move through this particular process, creating a more loving environment within self to attract same across the ethers is probably a better thing. So let me see. Are they telling me this here? Yeah. Ooh, interesting. Of course, y'all. So I got Moth Spirit, but it, and this is what it looks like right side up. But it came in like this. And you know what it means when it's upside down. It's not, oh shit, the world's going to hell in a handbasket. What it is I'm ignoring this. I didn't see this. I forgot I knew this. Okay. And what does it say? Surrender now. And don't think surrender Dorothy like in Wizard. Surrender now is remember, have faith. This is not like a school exercise, right? This is not get it done and then be like, where's my person? This is, I'm going to do some internal inventory and then I'm going to surrender. I'm going to have faith with a certainty, not a belief, but a certainty in my guts that as I do the work on myself and shift my energy, that the law of compensation and attraction are working. As I invest in myself and in my journey and create an environment within myself that is more loving and compassionate in how I show up, by default, because my energy is shifted and because I've invested so much, that is what will come into my situation. Now, we're all human. I want to be really clear because I talk about all this stuff and I know that it works because I've done it for 50 years. But here's the deal. The deal is we are all humans. We are not perfect. And that's okay. I want to be really clear. That's okay. So you're going to trip over the spiritual speed bump once in a while, right? Because sometimes you have that doubt. Why have you forsaken me? Kind of moments. And that's okay. But the thing is, when you get in that awareness, sit down, have a discussion with yourself, talk through that fear with yourself, and come back to that certainty of, okay, as long as I stick to this, as long as I take care of my business, what I cultivate within me creates an energy. And that energy attracts the like to it. So if I can surrender in leaving what that part is, I do my thing. What I can control is this, right? What you can control is that. And as long as you do that, and you know right here that when you do that, everything else will be taken care of. Surrender, letting it go, all of that kind of stuff. Then that's when stuff happens. You'll all of a sudden, I mean, and I'm not saying that you're going to end up like attracting, Adonis like this, but you never know. Or your version of that, whatever that is. But we do need to understand it's not just belief. The universe has my back, spouting lip service. I just read the Gabby Bernstein book and I totally love that the universe has, you don't got to love it. You got to believe it. You got to feel it. You got to be certain in it. Faith is living in the certainty of the unseen. And that's where we need to be with this. So understanding, now I'm not saying, here's the other thing, just understand the collective energy also plays a part in this. So that is why I say the only thing you can control is you. It's not, I can do this and I'll fix that. I'll fix out here. I fix me and my life experience becomes better. You might have stuff thrown at you, but how you navigate it will also change. Okay. So understanding that you do the exercise and you read the book so that you can be about making and healing and transforming your inner environmental energy of how you show up to love yourself. And then that's the work you do. And then knowing the work that universe, source, everybody else does and is working in perfect order, without a doubt. Those things together, that's co-creation. Those things together manifest more love for you, better friendships, better loving romantic relationships, all the things. All of it starts there. And I know that like everybody was like, oh my God, we're going to talk about how to like, get dates on the internet and all this. But the fact is, that's all there, but it's later. You can go out there and do it. And you know what? Here's the funny thing. If you do that, use it as an experiment. This whole thing is an experiment. And I love that because we're talking manifestology. So we're going to do experiments and we're going to experiment with shifting your energy and then seeing whether it is at the grocery store or on the internet or wherever, walking your dog at the park. Where will this show up for you? And if you want to tell me, that's cool too. I mean, I would love to get emails. I love when people send me emails and they're like, holy shit, I manifested this. I need to tell you. Send me an email. That's cool. But anyways, that's what this week is. Moth Spirit, surrender. Surrender now. Because why not? Time's going to pass anyway. Might as well experiment, right? So go ahead and download that freebie. That February, it's the Manifesting Your Perfect Match little ebook that I did for you. Again, you have till the 28th, but don't worry, I'll remind you. If you're on my mailing list, you'll get a reminder with a link in there too. But if you want to start working on it today, feel free. Again, I have my Girl We Gotta Talk stuff. I have our let's see, the email readings, all that stuff. If you want to check it, like here or here, all the links, check them all out. Love to see you. And other than that, I guess I will see you next week. I'll see you in the vortex if I don't see you sooner. But that's it. I love you. I hope that was helpful. And next week, what are we talking about? I don't even know. It's more love stuff. It'll be more love stuff. I don't know what part of that will be. But I wrote it down and then I cleaned my office and now I don't know where it is. So I'm going to have to find my idea sheet and then you'll see the posting. I think Wednesday is my day that I'm dedicating to getting all that stuff up. Hello, Julia. Hello, Ara. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys could join. And just watch and then you'll see me on YouTube. You'll see me on here. I think I don't know how to put this on a live stream through the Instagrams, but whatever. Anyways, so I hope this was helpful. I love you so much. Go check out all the things, whatever serves. Just wander off with that. And if you got questions, wander back and let's hang out. Send me an email, send me a message, and I love you. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Okay, have a great week. Mwah! Bye, y'all. Stay warm if you're in this cold. It's freezing here, but stay warm. Love you. Bye.